Good morning, children. Today, I'm going to start with the third chapter of economics. The name of the chapter is Poverty as a Challenge. In this chapter, one of the most difficult challenges which is faced by our country, India, that problem has been discussed, and that problem is, or that particular challenge is poverty. So, in this chapter, various dimensional problems of poverty is explained through various examples, and this chapter discusses that how poverty is seen in social sciences. Along with that, poverty trends in India as well as in the world are discussed by the concept of poverty line. The causes of poverty, along with that, the anti-poverty measures that are being taken by the government, they are also being discussed. So, we'll start with the chapter and we'll go through all these various aspects that are being discussed in the chapter. So, in our day to day life, we come across many people who we think that they are poor. Just by looking at them, we could identify that these are poor people. Now, who could be those people? So, they could be landless laborers who are working in villages, or the people who are living in overcrowded jhuggies or slum areas in the cities. They could be the daily wage workers who are working at the construction sites, or they could be the child workers working in the mines or at the dhabas or restaurants, or they could even be the beggars who keeps begging here and there on the lanes or outside the shops. So in short, if we say, then we see poverty all around us because we keep seeing such kind of people each and every day and various times in a day. So according to a fact, every fourth person in India is poor, and around 27 crores people in India live in poverty, and this is the data according to the year 2011 and 12. So now this is, we are living in 2020, so this figure have obviously been increased, and now more number of people are living in the state of poverty. And this also means that India has the largest concentration of the poor people living in the world, and by looking at these datas we can understand the seriousness of this challenge. Now, two typical cases of poverty are being explained through examples. One is the case of urban area and another is the case of the rural area. So, first let us understand the case of urban area. So, this is the example or a story of a 30-year-old man named as Ram Sharan. He works as a daily wage laborer in a flour mill, and he lives in Ranchi, which is in Jharkhand. Now, he works as a daily wage laborer. Daily wage laborer means a laborer or a majdoor who gets payment on daily basis. The number of days he is working, he will be paid for those number of days only. He does not have any permanent kind of job. So he is a daily wage laborer, and he manages to earn around rupees 1500 a month, and that also when then only if he finds some work, if he finds some employment. And if he does not find any work, he is unemployed, he is jobless, he does not earn any money. Now the amount of money he is earning, 1500 rupees, is not enough to sustain his family, because his family has 6 members, which includes his wife and 4 children, and those children are between 12 years to 6 months. Now he has to send some money to his home also, where his old parents used to live in a village, and his father is also a landless labor. He depends on Ram Sharan only and one of his brother who lives in Hazaribagh for his sustenance. And Ram Sharan lives in a rental room. He has rented one room, and that room is also in a very crowded basti kind of area and on the outskirts of the city, which is very far away from the city. And it is a temporary kind of room which is built of bricks and clay tiles. Now, because his income is not enough to sustain the family, so his wife also has to work. His wife's name is Shanta Devi, and she works as a part time maid in the houses. And part time maid means the servants which come to our houses. So she is a maid in the houses, and she manages to earn somewhat rupees 800 a month. So from the 1500 his husband is earning and 800 she is earning, they manage they it is very difficult for them to manage even a meal of dal roti twice a day, and that is also not enough for them, and they have to also feed their 4 children also. So it gets very difficult for them to earn even that meal twice a day. Now his elder son also has to work, seeing the condition of his father and mother. So his elder son works as a helper in a tea shop to add some money to the family, and he earns around rupees 300, while his 10-year-old daughter, she herself is too small. 10-year-old means too small, and she takes care of her little siblings. None of the children goes to the school. They just have a single or two pieces of clothes, one they wash and another one they wear. New ones are only brought when the old ones are torn away, and shoes are a kind of luxury to them. They do not have shoes most of the time, and whenever if they're having any kind of sleepers or shoes, it is kind of a luxury. Then all the children are undernourished, they do not get proper nourishment, they do not have any access to education, no access to health care. So looking at the condition of this whole family of Ram Sharan, we can easily see that under what poor condition these people are living, and they are poor, they are unemployed, they do not have education facilities, no health facilities, they are undernourished, the children do not go to school, they had to work forcibly, so they are living in very poor and miserable condition. Now another is the case of a rural area. Now this is the story of Lakha Singh. Lakha Singh lives in a small village near Meerut in Uttar Pradesh. And his family does not own any land in the village, and they have to do small job for the big farmers or the big land owners. And their work is not permanent, it is very temporary kind of work, and so is their income. If they get some work someday, they will get paid. If they do not have any work, they will not get any money, or they will not earn any money. They get paid, sometimes they get paid rupees 50 for a very hard working day. They work since morning till evening, and they will get only 50 rupees, and sometimes they'll get few kilograms of wheat or dal or some grains, vegetables, whatever the farmer wishes to give them. Now they have a family of 8 members, and they cannot always manage a 2 square meals a day. It is very difficult for them to manage the meal twice a day. Now Lakha Singh lives in a very kind of kacha house that is also outside the village, and the women which lives in the family, they keep chopping the fodder, or they collect the firewoods in the field. Now Lakha Singh's father was a TB patient. Tuberculosis is a very dangerous kind of a disease. So he was a TB patient and he passed away 2 years ago because of the lack of medication. He could not be given proper health care, so he died. Now his mother also suffers from the same disease, and she is also uh, about to die because they are not able to manage proper health care for her. Now, the village is having a primary school, but Lakha Singh never went there because they did not had money to spend on education. And Lakha Singh had to start earning when he was only 10 years old. He is earning since then through this daily basis works. And new clothes, they buy new clothes only once in a year, and even the small things like soap and oil, these things are luxury for the family because they are so poor that they could not afford even these small things. Now we have seen all both of these cases of poverty, and from these we could identify some points or some issues that are related to poverty. And these particular issues are see, this landlessness, unemployment. We saw that the family of Lakha Singh was landless. They did not have any land, so this landlessness is somewhere related to poverty. We saw in case of Ram Sharan that he was unemployed. He got the job. Sometimes he had the job and sometimes he did not had any work to do. So he was unemployed. Now in both the cases we saw that the sizes of family were very big. One of the family had 6 members and another family had 8 members. So size of family also somewhere adds to poverty. Now we saw that both of the families' children did not go to school. They were illiterate. Also they could not afford proper medication facilities. They had poor health. The children were malnourished. Along with that, both the families, the children are doing child labor. Lakha Singh was working since he was 10 years old, and in the family of Ram Charan also, his elder son, who is also very small, he is also working in a tea stall. And their helplessness, because they do not have money, they could not do anything, so they are helpless. So all these factors somewhere contribute to poverty, or they add to the poverty. If all these factors are existing around some individual or some families, then definitely that family is poor. Now these two cases of poverty illustrates many dimensions of poverty. Like, they show that poverty means hunger and the lack of shelter. We saw that both of the families could not earn even that much that they could manage 2 squares meal a day. So they are going through a state of hunger. They get food sometimes they do not get enough food to eat. So it means poverty means hunger. Lack of shelter, they are having shelters, but they are very temporary kind of shelters. They live in slum areas, some kacha house, so they are not having proper shelter. So poverty means hunger, poverty means lack of shelter. Now it also means a situation in which parents are not able to send their children to school, or a situation where sick people cannot afford treatment. So poverty means lack of proper education and lack of proper health care or health facilities. Now poverty further means the lack of clean water and sanitation facilities. They do not get proper clean drinking water. They do not have any proper toilets or sanitation facilities at their homes. Poverty also means lack of a regular job at a minimum decent level. And in both the cases we saw that there was no permanent or regular work that both the characters in the stories were having. They were working on daily basis, which provided them work sometime, and the other part of the day or the month they remain unemployed. And above all, it means that poverty means living with a sense of helplessness. These people are helpless. They could not do anything because the amount of money they are earning, they are helpless. They could not do anything in that much money. So poor people are in a situation in which they are ill treated in most of the places because they do not have money, they do not have any basic facilities, no proper clothes, no shelter, and no basic standard of living. So they are ill treated in many places in their workplaces. Like if they work in farms, factories, in some offices, hospitals, railway stations, they are treated very badly because they are helpless. The people who are taking work from them know that they are helpless, and no matter the way they treat them, they because they are so helpless that they will have to work under any condition. And obviously we know that nobody would like to live in poverty, but they are also helpless. They could not do anything and they have to continue living in that particular state. Now, one of the biggest challenge that our independent India is facing, or independent India has before it, is to take out those millions of people out of this vicious circle of poverty. Now, a great father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, he always insisted that people would be truly independent only on the day when the poorest of its people become free of human suffering. He said that India will become independent in its true sense only when the poorest person in the country will be free, or will be having liberty of the sufferings he is facing.